Hello. Hello everybody, my name is GamerGuy, so welcome back to Fnaf Road to Refresh 1.6. I unfairly judged this game when I judged it from an unfair perspective that I was very confused on why it was not like 1.5. A lot of things changed and I was not much of a fan of the changes. So, yeah, we're gonna change that too. So yeah. We're actually gonna play this game not as rushy as I was doing it in 1.5. Also keep in mind this is 1.6.1. This might be multiple takes or multiple streams, but you know, whatever. Hello there, adventurer. How's your head? I hope you're not too badly hurt. Okay, I can't skip it. I love this game. Anyways, so over the past couple days, I have been replaying the game, and I've been playing it much more professionally. I've been watching a little bit of what Dark did it. I've been watching a little bit of Dark. He played this game in his 157% runs, and I want to go ahead and just do that. So a big change from 1.5 to 1.6 from the beta to the now official game is that this game, the way that you get characters is now you have to do complete fights. So you can't do the run luck strategy. Which really peeved me off at first because it made the game a lot more slow. Which I just was like, that's not my Fnaf world, so stop playing it. And I played basic Fnaf world, tried to do Nuzlocke with basic Fnaf world. And then I got back into it, and now I actually kind of like this game. This game's actually amazing. I think that's not good. So now what we're gonna do is that since this game you can't get characters just from running from the fights, we're actually going to have to sit and fight. Which I was not very glad I had to do, but you know what, I'm gonna do it. Because that's how normal Fnaf World. But then I play normal Fnaf World Nuzlocke and they're very slow. So I would also like to do a Nuzlocke of this game. So Phantom Foxy, oh my gosh, that's a good character. That's a really good character. To just find. That is insane. That's insane writing right there. He killed me hard. I mean, fair enough. But one thing that I really applaud this game for doing is changing how Freddy in Space works in the Halloween minigames, and the other ones are a work in progress. But I can't wait to see that, because I want to do the rainbow too, given the fact that the rainbow is much easier than it was. Phantom Fox is pretty good. Phantasm is just an absolutely fantastic move, because it gives the character an awesome. And in general, this game is a lot more structured with, like, how things are. Like, the moves and how their symbols are actually correct. And how, you know, that stuff works. One thing that also really threw me off was how gift boxes work. Gift boxes don't automatically revive your character anymore. Instead, they set your character to 0. So then you could raise them up. Which is very interesting. So it really buffs all healing. Now, it doesn't mean... Because of that nerf to gift boxes, auto gift boxes is not that good anymore. But, whatever. Because you could have a gift boxer on Team 2 to be able to supply you with gift boxes in the fight, and then that will just make the fight better. Balloon Boy. Now, one thing that I really like about this game, well, actually, what it kind of I like about it, but it also pleases me about, is how they handle different skins in this game. So, as you can see there, they like hop forward there, but with Kentucky Fried Freddy over here, he does the animation. Some skins do attack animations, but others don't. That really, really peeves me. Because it means that, like, some characters will have a very cool attack animation, and others will just not. It just looks bad. And I was completely fine with, like, how that was handled. Because, like, oh, you know, whatever. Because... I mean, like, some of them were fine, you know? I remember being fine with him with the beta, because, oh, it's a beta, of course, it's not gonna be that good, you know, but, like, that really peeved me off, man. Phantom Freddy, unfortunately, he's not Sludge Boy anymore, so... He is not Sludge Boy anymore. That is saddening. Wow, did you see that screen tearing? I might actually want to play on performance mode. Ugh, no. Performance mode looks weird. Very uncanny. Actually, I think I might. And the weirdest part about this, save, you have to go yes, and then go back. Which is weird. Oh, I gotta have this up. Sorry, chat. Hold on, I gotta put you guys up. Chat. 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 Oh, what? Chat. 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 Okay. slot 4? No. Or slot 2? Or not slot 2. Or slot 3? I have dogs up here with me. Izzy, Dorothy! Come here! Come here! Puppy! Izzy! They're not puppies, I like call them puppies. Puppy. Puppy. So it does remove a bunch of objects and effects. So maybe a little better. It does definitely weird. Like that. But I feel like Phantom Mingle's pretty good. Get going, brother.
Try a new game now.
Is that a... That's an old voice. That's a new voice line. I don't think that one was from any of the original ones. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know why they gave us that. Pretty good. Phantom Chica, that's very good. No. Well, she does have Haunting, but Haunting isn't as good in this game as it was in basic Fnaf 1. Because Haunting 2 really throws them in the bus. So I actually found out what the meta is for this game. The ideal combo is like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's like, looks very crazy, and it really involves endo armies. Not endo armies. I also mainly wanted to do this in case they were to release 1.7, which probably is going to happen at the end of the month. But I really like FNAF World Refresh. This is... It's weird, I flip-flop, I'm like, oh, you know, because both FNAF World Refresh and FNAF World have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's very hard to... this because it's And an interesting thing too is that the birthday in this game and debuffs and anything that really raises your power stacks, which I think is I also want to get the I really want to get with Bonnie right now. For some reason, your characters, if you go into the mines over here, are different, but like the dudes in the mines are hard with the build that we have right now. Alright, there's Wicked Bonnie. Wicked Bonnie is very, very good. One of the best characters, or not the best characters in this game. Very, very good. So now we level up this dude for a couple fights. There's not really that many other characters that we can get. We can get JJ and Phantom, which could be very good to get, but all in all, they're not effective. They're not that much of a necessary need to get, except for the fact that I got them right after I said that they were not necessary. Boom. Phantom BB. So, let's go ahead and let's go fight this dude. Bring it on! So a cool thing about Electrocute is that Electrocute not only deals a lot of damage, but it also which is very because when you confuse the enemy, when they do their little jab attack, it also hurts themselves, which is very good against bosses. It just deals a little bit extra damage, which is also in the meta of this game. I don't know if it's the meta of this game that I'm referring to, but it is a very good team. See? That dealt so much damage back to the lane. 500 wood. So one of the best bites in the game, that's the healing bite. We want the bite that's up here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can afford it. I think I can. It's only 200. I think the skins are pretty cool in this game if a skin has a attack animation. If they just hop forward, then that's a bad skin. If, however, the skin is like the only skin that they have, I'll still equip them for them because they just look different. I like them when they look different. So for the block bites, block 20 is worth 2,000, and block 10 is worth So from here, you can go get auto cheese. Then once you get auto cheese, you can get block and screw. Auto cheese is pretty good. Like, that's a very good move. Very. It's very good. Chip, because it deals, hot cheese does passive damage. And another good chip that I also want to go get is Fredo's Fury. And since this game got accused of like being too easy, the game developers had to lower the game, not the game's difficulty, but they had to raise the difficulty. So Scott and thank you. Scott and Security deal a lot of damage and are very fast. I held up. That's still insane that thing is still in this game. That was in the beta. So, like, that's normally a seagull on the stomp. And if you know, in order to be able to get the auto shield chip, you have to go ahead and go up to the seagull stomp. That is normally right beside the warp point to warp 2. But there's also a seagull stump in the World 4 area, in which if you go in it, you can't come back. Because they copied and pasted that seal stump into that area, which is very interesting. But it doesn't retain the fact that you can go back into it, and only retains the fact that you can go into the glitched area, if that makes any sense. It's been a little while since I actually had to do those glitch areas. That was very interesting. Because normally I play with the quality of life mod, and the quality of life mod just skips to the area that you're supposed to be at. And the only maze that they don't cut from the quality of life mod for Fnaf World is the area, the last glitch world, because you have to go, and that's the only way that you can access the ultimate consequences ending. I like that they got rid of the CRT filter on this. That really makes this a little bit more bearable to look at and to be able to move around with. I think I've learned how to move around in these areas. Like, this is how I memorized how to go through these areas with this with Fnaf would refresh. Oh, look. This thing's not there. But this is still there. It's weird. Very weird. Oh, look, the torches aren't lit. That's funny. Oh, but this is still there. Alright, chips. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Bites are fine because I can't really afford another one, so yeah. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I gotta go get the unlit speed strip. I'm gonna get my ass. That's so fucked. Look at how much damage that's nothing. That's because we unless we somehow pull through it, which probably baby, pull out! Baby! Baby! Oh, 292, man. 292. 292, dude. 292 was left, man. But now we have to go get the... Oh, well, I should just keep this. You have to go get endless speed chip. Block unscrew is very useful against eyesore because the eyesore can deal has block unscrew has unscrew, which will instantly kill was alright, man. Absolutely alright. Now, I know that the people watching me right now are fans of Fnaf Road. Only fans of Fnaf Road watch Fnaf Road content. Please tell me that when you saw the iPad, the Lily Pad, when you saw Lily Pad, that she looked so much like Chica's Magic Rainbow. Actually though, she looked so much like Chica's Magic Rainbow. It was insane. I don't understand why they made her look. She looks exactly like her. Exactly like Chica's Magic Rainbow. It's uncanny how alike she is in Chica's Magic Rainbow. Absolutely weird. Because she got the big, cute little eyes. The weird mouth. And they both sound so annoying. Like, unbelievably annoying. However, the Lily Pad is not that annoying. Does not sound that annoying. So I kind of lose it. My whole connection lost there. But like, that was very weird. When I saw the trailer, I was like, that's Chica's Magic Rainbow. She wasn't voiced by the dude that voiced, hold on, why am I... My biggest complaint with all of Toy Story 5, right, is that, like, I was not being like, oh, this is gonna be like the best movie of all time. No. I was like that about Mario Galaxy. Galaxy was pretty good. Alright. I was, like, kind of stoked. I wasn't stoked for Toy Story 5 that much. I was just like, oh, nice comfy movie, you know. But with... oh my god, it's 4,000. But with how they handled with, like, the Lily Pad stuff. First of all, like, I cannot believe that she wasn't more of, like, a villain. She was, like, on the good side of, she was, like, we should, you know, kind of like, oh, we should lead the people type, you know, where, like, you have good intentions, but the way that you do it is just, like, but like, this whole, like, thing, like, the reflection stuff, and I'm gonna turn myself away, so... And then she, like, immediately regretted it, and I personally thought I was right that the whole Lily Pad was definitely going to be like how Gabby was not evil, even though she was 100% evil. But, like, at the end of it, they were like, lol, sorry, JK lol, I am evil, but, like, don't you understand? I'm only evil because I was never loved like you. Don't you understand me, you know? And then it's like, ugh. You're like, ah, that's so bad. You know, she's so guilt-trippy, and then she's very guilt-trippy at the end. It's very annoying, in my opinion, how they wrote her like that. If you want, a character can only be, you can write a villain that can be, a good guy at the end, but, like, very hard to do that. There have to be literally in but you can't do it in this film. It's so drawing. But Lily Pad was less stupid than how Gabby Gabby was. Now, what I originally thought is that I thought that the toilet paper guy, I don't know why. The internet is so weird, okay? They thirst over the weirdest crap ever. Apparently, they're thirsting over the toilet paper guy. I don't understand what's so attractive about, what's his nuts? But, like, he is attractive? I don't know what about him is so, like, you know, but whatever. The weirdest part about that is that I thought that Lily Pad was gonna become a good guy, and then the Smarty Pants, that's his name, Smarty Pants was going to become the villain. Even though that was exactly what they said when Toy Story 5 was released, and everybody was like, holy crap, why is this like toilet crap? Why is this toilet paper toy literally a villain? Like, I crap you not, I swear that was a plot point before the movie came out. But I guess not. I guess not. I don't know. Anyways, but like the trailer showed spoilers for Toy Story 5, I'm sorry, but like the trailer showed like Jessie returning back to like her old room from her old owner, and I generally thought that it was the same person or something like that. So I had a nickel for every single time I had a character that was named Blaze as a character. I personally have 2 nickels. I really have 3 nickels. For some reason, you know, she goes back because like these old people, they read the thing that's in front of her little cowboy thing, and it has the old address in very faint text. I cannot believe that the old people even see that, and they return. So, yeah, she goes back to there. For some weird reason, like, okay. For some weird reason, that happened. All that stuff that happened, okay? But, like, she arrives there, and there's this whole dynamic, okay, between Woody and Buzz and Jessie, where they're kind of arguing between like who is the leader of the bunch, you know? Since Woody was gone, that was kind of like the whole thing, because Woody gave Jessie his badge, because that was a thing at the beginning of the film, you know? But it turns out, you know, oh, we're all the sheriff, the leader of the house, I guess, the leader of the bunch, you know? But, like, I don't know. Anyways, so that's what, so when she gets there, when Jessie stays at that house, Woody and Buzz, they go out, you know, to save Jessie. Yeah, because all of them because all the rest of the toys stay in the box, like how in Toy Story 4 they stayed in the RV, because we can't have the original dudes anymore going on big adventures like Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story film. But no, they created that problem, and then ever since then, with these 2 films, they answered that problem with more characters, with more money. That is so bad for me. That is just incredible how they were able to make some stupidity like that. Anyways, Woody and Buzz are bickering about the fact that they are who's the leader of the bunch, you know? And that was I saw that. The thing that they also included in the trailer was that, like, Potato Head says, like, it's nice seeing them fighting again. And it's just like, that's not the point. That's not the point. They weren't, you know, kerfuffling because, because they were arguing over something. They were kerfuffling because Buzz was not an idiot, but because Buzz did not think he was a toy. That's why they were kerfuffling, because they had two viewpoints that were clashing with each other. That's why they were fighting in the first film. For some reason, Andrew Staten and the other writer, could not get that down, that basic thing from Toy Story 1, and had to just include that line. Anyways, that's all happening. Jesse meets up with Blaze's old toys, which are like the new owners of Jesse's old owner's house. And they find, like, they find these old toys. It's Smarty Pants, this hippo flip phone, and these hippo flip phone, and like a camera. Alright? And they're tech. They're made by Eggman, the Eggman tech company, like how they made Lily Pad. So automatically, Jesse's like, I don't trust you guys, you know, and you would think that, like, oh, that would just be like a one-time thing. Alright, well, I guess that's just like, alright. You know, so you just accept the fact that, you know, they are tech toys. And even after they have their whole Blaze thing with Blaze, they actually truly know how being played with is right, and they have a heart-to-heart moment, it's still doesn't click with her. And then they, like, somehow, this does not make sense to me at all, but, like, Smarty Pants not only doubles, you would think that Smarty Pants would just be, like, a leapfrog, a little tech toy, but he has the ability to, like, upload pictures onto the internet. I do not know how old he is, if that thing even supports 5G, but, like, he can be able to send and receive text via his Game Boy looking screen on him. That does not make any viable sense to me, and that the camera can send that photo. Anyways, they send over photos of Jesse and Bullseye onto the internet, and then they're like, oh, look, there they are, you know, and they drive all the way over there. It goes to everybody, so, like, the little group chat that, like, Bonnie's hanging out with inside of the, that's on the other tab, her, and the fact that she plays with toys. And so she does not want to take it. And I almost teared up. But after that, she doesn't take it. So, I do not know why, but Jessie flips out. Okay, now you would think that Jessie would flip out over Lilypad, because Lilypad did all of it. Of course, she didn't know that, but that's what happened. You would think, even then. But she flips out and takes all the anger out on the tech toy Smarty Pants, the hippo flip phone, and the camera. Which really pissed me off, because, like, what do they have anything to do with why she rejected them? Other than the fact that they are tech toys, there's absolutely no reason why she would flip out with them. Which was just so frustrating. And then meanwhile, all this is happening. These leagues of, like, buzzes, right, are of these prototype buzzes, the new Utility Belt 2.0, okay, from Toy Story 2, Utility Belt 2.0, I don't even call them that, but for some reason, they're running, you know, and for some reason, they act like pavement, the way that they have with Sparkle, which I thought was really stupid, and they could have easily have set up, and oh my gosh, you know, the nostalgic moment by literally having, when they come out of their areas and they start assembling their clan, when they're doing that, they could have literally have one of them look behind their box, saw the little quote, because there's no reason why the quote would not be there, and seen what their purpose is instead of just looking up in the stars. That was really weird. And it also just paints this not true figment that, like, when Buzz and any form of Buzz comes out of their and becomes real, becomes alive, that they automatically are stupid. That never, like, they like really try to gaslight you into thinking that that's how Toy Story 1 was, like he was an idiot, when realistically Buzz was not an idiot. He was a comparable man, could do anything. And he was just misled because he thought he was truly a space ranger, but like in dire situations, he truly could do everything. I don't know why these Buzz dudes acted so stupid, but they just were stupid. Anyways, so that's their whole point. They trek over to They trek over to the house that they have to be, where everybody's at. They take Woody hostage and they put him over Blaze's pig, and Blaze's pig chomps the hell out of him. And then our Buzz goes up to him and he's like, our mission is to make a child happy. And they're like, oh, really? And then they quit. And which was so easy. It's just like, wow. You know, if only it was that easy, you know, in Toy Story 1. If only they could have just went up, if only Woody could have just went up to Buzz, been like, the entire point is that we have to make a child happy, and then he would just go, oh, really? And then just snap back to reality. If only it was that easy. But I guess it is. Anyways, RWQ is very good. She has gift boxes. So, that's a weird thing with that. And then they have the big crack. Lily has mental damage and then they find her via technology. Buzzes can be able to double as drones, which are very cool, and they like connect to the lily pad, and then they open up, and then they fly, and then they say this is flying with style. Oh no, I swear I swear that's what they said. And I swear that's what they said. They literally, it's either the quote is, this is falling with style, which paid off perfectly in Toy Story 1, because that's what Woody said when he fell, when Buzz flew for the first time, in quotes, and then they actually flew after the rocket chopped off. So that set up a payoff. They said in Toy Story 5, just, I don't know, middle finger. And they fly, right? And also, they do this whole teasing of, like, Buzz and Jessie actually being a couple, like how they do in Galaxy, where they tease that Mario and Peach could technically be together, are technically together, maybe not. by, like, having Buzz be... I don't know why. He's like, do you want to be married? But, like, they were never girlfriend and boy. They were never sweethearts. At all. So, what's the deal with that? And then they give a maybe. Literally, no, it's actually, they give a maybe. And Jesse just kisses him on the cheek. And then, like, it's cool because this truck's, like, coming at them with the lights, but it's like the truck should have hit them because the stages last too long. Anyways, they fly away. Jesse actually goes back with the tech dudes. Blaze brings the toys back to Bonnie, and for some reason Bonnie just doesn't want them again. Actually, no, she takes them, and then when she stops Blaze, because remember, Bonnie's having a hard time getting along because the kids next door, they play Call of Duty all day, and she was scared of making friends with them because why do they play Call of Duty all day? I don't think that a 7-year-old should play Call of Duty all day. And that was a whole debacle. And then that setup payoff thing happens when her and Blaze get along and they start playing together. Cute. Because that's the entire point, was her to make friends. That kind of hit me hard because I wanted to make friends. But on the other hand, I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm fine. And then after that, that's it. And then they have, like, a fake wedding. But it was all Bonnie's imagination. What a coincidence, am I right? Anyways, the movie ends with Taylor Swift playing it. With Taylor Swift's song, which is pretty cool. The mid-credits had, like, the cool buzzes flying in and, like, dropping off to the make children happy, and then when our real Buzz said to the fake Buzzes that our entire purpose is to make a child happy, and he was kind of leading them on. At the end, he was like, guess what, Zurg, our national enemy, he's our father, which completely disproves the fact that they're ever going to make a Lightyear 2, by the way, because in Lightyear, Zurg is actually just Buzz, but older. So, they do that, and then, like, during this playground scene, like, they bring out a new Zurg, a tech Zurg, and then they all scream, no! Because, remember that scene in Toy Story 2, when they did a parody of Star Wars? That was funny. But given the fact that it reminds me literally, Super Mario Galaxy, I knew that they were going to do this ever since they announced that Fox was going to be in the film. They did not mention barrel rolls too much, but they mentioned it way too much. So that was kind of pissy. But anyways. So, yeah, that was Toy Story 5. There's a bunch of other stuff, like the reason why the main toys couldn't go because they had to stay in the box because they were put in the box and then put in the garage because Lily Pad texted Bonnie's father and then was like, put them in the garage. And then she was like, you want me to put them in the garage? And then she was like, because she was on Lily Pad. And then they get put in the garage. Anyway, setup payoff. Lily Pad was a 0 out of 10 villain. Or actually a 3 out of 10 villain. She was pretty good when she was a villain, but then docked down a lot once because she wasn't a villain. So I think I'm going to pick this up tomorrow because I do not have the energy to grind anymore, so thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, in case of the